If you're on Social Security or disability benefits, I have your January 2025 payment schedule right here. And payments up to $5,108 are heading out. I want to tell you who is eligible for the maximum benefits. And then there's double checks coming for some in January. So there are some people who are going to get two Social Security checks in January. I'm going to tell you all about it. There's bad news regarding cost of living adjustment. Those of you who are expecting a bigger paycheck or a bigger Social Security increase in January are going to be disappointed because the cost of living adjustment is the lowest it's been in the last couple of years. And then stay till the end of this video because I have breaking news. There's a new bill that has been approved that is going to increase Social Security payments from $1,976 to $3,559 for eligible retirees. So let's jump right into it. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, because all we do is bring you the latest news and updates on Social Security, disability benefits, anything in and out of Congress that is going to be affecting your benefits. We want to be the first to bring it to you. So let's talk about January payments. Now, what is this about? What is the 5,108 about? Well, that is essentially the maximum benefit at age 70. So if you waited till age 70 to get your Social Security benefits, then you're going to get a bump in January because the maximum benefit at that age goes up to $5,108. And if you retired early, then you're going to get a reduced benefit. So those who retired early at age 62, the maximum benefit you can get is $2,710 a month. Obviously, how much you get in benefits is specific to your situation, when you retired, how much you paid into the system, how long you paid into the system, and if you retired early, obviously you're going to get a reduced benefit. But let's talk about the payment schedule. So, as you may know, Social Security and SSDI payments are made on the same schedule and is based on when your birthday is. So, if you're born between the 1st and the 10th of the month, then your Social Security and SSDI benefits come on the second Wednesday of the month. If you're born on the 11th to the 20th, then you get your benefits on the third Wednesday. If you were born between the 21st and the 31st, you're going to get your benefits on the fourth Wednesday of the month. If you're on SSI benefits, you get your benefits on the first, unless the first is a weekend or a holiday. And then there's a whole category of people that get their benefits on the third of the month, including those who live outside the US, those who receive both Social Security and Supplemental Security income benefits. If your states pay for your Medicare premium, and if you file for Social Security before 1997, your benefits are deposited on the third of the month, unless the third is a weekend or a holiday. So let's talk about the January schedule. If you were born between the 1st and the 10th of January of the month, you're going to get your benefits on January the 8th, which is the second Wednesday of the month. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th of the month, your Social Security and SSDI benefits are going to be deposited on Wednesday, January the 15th, which is the third Wednesday of the month. And if you were born between the 21st and the end of the month, your benefits are going to hit your account on the fourth Wednesday of the month, which is January the 22nd. And if you're on SSI benefits, you're going to get your benefits early on Tuesday, December the 31st, and that is your January benefit. So it's important to know that and budget accordingly. And then, since Friday, January the 3rd, is a weekday, another holiday, then those who live outside the United States, if you receive both Social Security and Supplemental Security income, if your state pays for your Medicare premiums, or you file for Social Security before 1997, you get your benefits on Friday the 3rd. Additionally, if you're on SSI, Supplemental Security Income, you're going to get a second check on Friday, January the 31st, because your February check, which should have come on February the 1st, that date is a Saturday. And so, as I mentioned, unless it's a weekday, you're going to get your benefits the weekday before. So, Friday, January the 31st is the weekday before February 1st. That is why SSI recipients are going to get a check, a second check in January because their February check is coming early. If you don't get your benefits, call the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213 or visit a local office. And starting in January 2025, you have to make an appointment to visit a local office. And if you have an account online and my Social Security account online, you may be able to see what's happening with your account. So if you did not receive your payments, log in and see what is going on. You'll probably be able to see it online. Let's talk about Social Security COLA. A lot of people are really disappointed because it's the lowest it's been in a few years. The government announced that it's going to be 2.5% starting in January, which is the lowest in the last 4 years. If you look at 2022, it was 5.9%. 2023, it was 8.7%. 2024 was 3.2%. And now it's going to be 2.5%. So historically, COLA has only been high during periods of high inflation. So it's generally been very low, between 2 to 2.5%. So what you're getting next year is actually not out of the norm, but it's disappointing because food prices and a lot of prices have gone up and stayed up for a lot of things: transportation, healthcare, fuel, medication, all that have gone up, rent, mortgage. So the fact that COLA is only going up by 2.5% is very disappointing to a lot of people, but it's also because of how COLA is calculated, because the government uses the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners, which a lot of people think is an outdated measure because it doesn't truly reflect the cost of living realities of seniors and people on disability. So there's been proposals in Congress to go to a different cost of living adjustment. And there are two bills that were put before Congress: the 2023 Fair COLA for Seniors Act and the Social Security Expansion Act, both of which would have helped fix this issue by creating a new cost of living adjustment, which would be called the CPIE, with E standing for the elderly. And that was supposed to track changes in spending patterns for Americans 62 and above. But those bills are stuck in Congress. And with the new Republican majority coming in and President Trump coming in, I am not sure what's going to happen with that. So I'll keep an eye on that and let you know. So if the Social Security Expansion Act had been passed, it would have created an immediate $200 increase in your Social Security benefits, and it would have enhanced the cost of living adjustment methodology and extended the lifespan of the Social Security Trust Fund, which is supposed to run out of money by 2034, which will cause an automatic 20% reduction in Social Security benefits for people who are retiring. So there is a need for reform in Social Security in general, and part of the reform should include the cost of living adjustment calculation that a lot of people in Congress, both across the aisle, have agreed that it needs to change. So what do you think about this so far? What do you think of the video? What do you think of the cost of living adjustments I've talked about? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, if you like what you're hearing, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Now let's get to this breaking news of increase in Social Security benefits from $1,976 to $3,559. So some beneficiaries who receive Social Security benefits are going to get an increase. This is after a 40-year battle and a massive, massive bill that was passed just recently, costing $190 billion. So what's this about? Well, since 1993, the government workers have fought against the WEP unfair reduction in their Social Security benefits. They've Organizations that represent teachers, firefighters, police officers, postal workers have lobbied Congress for decades to get this removed. And finally, it happened. So the 40-year fight to repeal the WEP addresses a long-standing issue where government workers were penalized for having pensions and also working Social Security eligible jobs. The repeal recognizes that these workers had earned both their government pension and Social Security benefits separately through different employment periods. Effective January 2024, they are going to get retroactive payments for money they should have received anyway. Primary beneficiaries are public servants. The law affects police officers who work private security jobs, teachers who had their summer jobs, firefighters who worked construction jobs, postal workers who had a second career, basically any government worker that had a government pension but also worked a second job or a third job to make ends meet, and those second job or third jobs paid into the social security system. So currently, the average benefit is $1,976, and that is about 50% of what you get based on your earnings when you were working. Well, what is going to happen is that those who are eligible for this new increase are going to get up to 90% replacement. So, with the repeal of the WEP, these recipients are going to get a big raise in their Social Security benefits. And what this means is that it also restores survivor benefits to widows and widowers of government employees who lost most of all of their spousal benefits for Social Security because of this law. And it creates equity between government and private sector workers for spousal benefits and calculations. So this is supposed to benefit a lot of people. So I am really excited that finally people are getting the benefits that they deserve. But there is a financial impact. It's going to cost $190 billion, and it's going to also hasten the depletion of the Social Security Trust Fund, which was supposed to run out of money by 2033, and now is going to run out of money earlier, 6 months earlier, by 2032.5. And without any reform to the Social Security system, 20% automatic cuts are going to go into effect once we reach this stage where the trust fund runs out of money. So, when are the Social Security increases that I just talked about going to happen? Well, the Social Security Administration is going to send retroactive payments starting in January 2024. And they say they're going to start mailing payments around February or March. And it's going to happen automatically. So you don't have to do anything. This is going to be done automatically based on information that the Social Security Administration currently has on all recipients. So, how much are you going to get? Well, under the current system, the average monthly benefit is $1,976, which is a 50% replacement of your lifetime earnings. With a new replacement for this law, you're going to get 90%. So that is how people are going from $1,976 to $3,550 because of this increase. But during this whole passage of this particular bill, they tried to sneak in some things. They wanted to increase the retirement age to 70, which was shot down. Senator Ted Cruz wanted to pass some bill that doesn't address the WEP issue, but puts on a band-aid, which was rejected. Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia also was talking about fiscal responsibility and the fact that this particular bill is fiscally irresponsible because it accelerates the depletion of the Social Security Trust Fund by 6 months earlier. But here's the thing. The bigger problem is that Social Security needs to be reformed. And they can either raise the retirement age again or raise taxes to do it, or do both. But something needs to be done. So this 190 billion price tag, even though it's high, people have paid into the system and they deserve what they've paid. It is not their fault that politicians have been irresponsible and have not addressed the big issue that is in front of them, which is that the Social Security Trust Fund needs to be addressed. So the law that I just talked about, the WEP law, impacts states differently. California workers will be eligible for 90% replacement due to their state's separate pension system, while in Colorado, they're going to get a 50% replacement. So this is still a problem that needs to be addressed. So what's next? Well, watch for the president's signature to turn this bill into law, and then keep track of the implementation dates starting in February and March. The Social Security Administration is going to start mailing those payments retroactive to January 2024. And stay informed. If there's anything that happens with this, I'm going to let you know And let me know what you think. Do you think that Congress, because Social Security hasn't caught up with inflation in a long time, Congress should also look at bumping Social Security benefits up to fight inflation, to really address that fact that seniors have lost purchasing power with the fact that inflation has been so high and consistently stayed high, and Social Security benefits have not caught up with inflation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and until I see you in the next video, thank you for watching.